Hello, kids. Today we are going to start with a new lesson, that is means of communication. So, children, what do you mean by the word communication? So, the communication means sending or receiving information or messages. So, sending and receiving information or messages. It is called communication. So, today we are going to learn about the means of communication. So, in this lesson, we are going to learn the meaning of communication and different means of communication. So, children, how will you send the following messages? For a message to your classmate who was absent today, telling him that there is a test tomorrow. So, how will you send a message that your classmate is absent? Okay, then you have to tell him that there is a test tomorrow. How will you send a messages? As you will call, right? As you will call him and tell that there is a test tomorrow by the telephone or mobile. Okay, so and a long and detailed message to your friend describing your summer vacation. You have to give a detailed message to your friend describing your summer vacation. How will you send a message? Is you will write a letter, because there you have to write in detail. The detail you cannot say in mobile, or you cannot write a message in a mobile. So you have to write a letter describing about a summer vacation. So will you see the same or different method in these two? As you have, first you will use a telephone to call your friend. Next you will write a letter. There are two types of communication. You have used two types of communication, right? Yes, so there are different types of communications are there to communicate with people. So let us see the different means of communication. So we all like to keep in touch with our friends and relatives by meeting them as often as possible. So we all like to keep in touch with our friends and relatives by meeting them oftenly, right? Yes. So, but it is not possible to visit them again and again. So, we all like to keep in touch with our friends to share our good things, bad things, even with our relatives also. But every day we are not able to visit them and tell all the things, right? So, how do you keep in touch with them? So, how do we stay in touch with our loved ones? Is we can write letters, make phone calls, or send emails. So, sending and receiving information or messages is called communication. So, communicating with people, it is called communication. So, you're sending, and you also will receive the information, some information or messages. It is called communication. So, sending and receiving information or messages, it is called communication. So long ago, they people trained pigeons to carry the messages from one place to another. So people went on foot or on animals to deliver messages. So in olden days, if they want to tell some messages, so they used to train some pigeons. So pigeons were used as a messengers. So pigeons were trained to send the messages, or people went on foot. They used to walk for a long distance, or they used to go on animals to deliver the messages. So but these means were slow and not reliable. So pigeons and they used to use the pigeons, or people used to walk to send the messages, but it is very slow and it is not so reliable. So today we have several faster and more reliable means of communication. So today we have several fast and more reliable means of communication. So let us see which are they. So first is postal system. So it is one of the cheapest and most popular means of communication. So it is a letter. So one of the cheapest and most popular means of communication is letter. So we can buy stamps, inland letters, postcards and stamped envelope from the post office. So we can send by writing messages on an inland letters or a postcards, or even on a sheet of paper, and you have to put that to the stamped envelopes. So if you want to send a message to your friends and relatives, you should write in inland letters or postcards or even a sheet of paper. After writing it in a sheet of paper, you have to put it into the stamped envelopes. So we then post our letters in the letter box in our town or city. So after writing our letters, we will post our letter in the post box. So after we will posting our letter in the post box, postman will clear the letter box. You can see in the picture. So after posting our letters, the postman will take the letters from the post box and he will take that to the post office, and he will separate there, and he will reach the letter to the that address. So you can see in the picture that postman clearing the letter box, and is a postman delivering letters to the different places. So next picture you can see man posting a letter in the letter box, and this last picture, it is the post office. So inside a modern post office, it is in Delhi, it is Delhi post office. So have you all went to post office? Yes, once you visit the post office, okay. So these letters are taken, then carried by the roads, rail, air or water transport to different cities and countries. After writing your letter, you will post that to the postal box. So then the postman will collect, and he will take that to the post office, and he will separate there, and they will reach the letter to this particular address through roadways, to the rail, and to the water transport to different cities and countries. For the letter to reach safely, we must write the complete address along with the pin code. So to reach our letter to the correct address, we should write the correct address along with the pin code. So you should write the pin code properly. So what is the full form of a PIN, pin code? So PIN means postal index number. So what is the pin code of this Viraj page? Find out, okay? Yes. Urgent letters or parcel can be sent to any city or of our country through speed post or by courier. So if you want to send the letter urgently, so you should send it to the speed post or by courier. The items reach the person within a day or two. So if you want to reach the letter urgently, you should send it through the speed post or courier. So these items will reach within a day or within 2 days. Next is telephone. So the fastest means of communication is the telephone. On the telephone, we can easily talk to a friend or relative in a town, city, in other city, or even in other country. So telephone is the fastest means of communication. So on the telephone we can easily talk to our friends, relatives, those who are in other country or other city or in a own city. So written messages can be sent instantly through a fax machine. So in the picture you can see down here. So it is a fax machine. If you want to write a messages, so this can be messages can be sent through the fax machine. So mobile or cellular phones are wireless. So the mobiles are wireless phones, and they can be it is carried to anywhere. So hence they can be carried along everywhere we go. So we can also send instant messages or SMS. What is the full form of SMS? So SMS means short message service through our mobile phones. If you want to send us short messages, you can send it through this mobile phone.